Hey, my name is Parrot Kit, and I'm the lead singer of the Silver Comet. We're a small band from Atlanta, Georgia. We play soul-infused alternative rock. We are playing the whole tour, Kevin says, this year, and you should definitely come check us out if you get a chance.
And who influenced you guys coming up? Who were some of the artists that really stood out and made you want to do this yourself?
I would say me personally, it would be Michael Jackson, Brandy, and Kings of Leon. So those three combined is kind of like my influence for my singing. And then as a band, it would be anywhere between like Incubus, Foo Fighters, and Kings of Leon kind of sound. So Lenny Kravitz as well, just a raw kind of soulful rock sound that we want to bring the energy back from on the stage and also in the recordings.
That's great. You know, it's always good to hear music when you can, you know, understand maybe a lyric or, or you got a little bit of hook, you know, in there in harmony. You know, punk rock's great when they're just bashing it out, but, you know, sounds like you're trying to bring a little musicality to it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, we all balance each other out. Like, I'm more of a melodic person, and Ben, our guitarist, is like a structured kind of formulaic person where he's like, okay, I'll sing something to him, he's like, where's the hook, you know? And it's kind of frustrating, but at the end of the day, it makes sense because we have to have something to relate to everybody, you know? Or the majority, rather. So it kind of works out, you know?
That's cool. Now, with the you know, different transitioning music business out there, what are some of the kind of angles besides getting on a great tour like this that you guys are doing to kind of stand out and get your music heard?
We're working with the social media expert Michael Brandvold. We met back probably like 8 months ago, and he kind of wanted to partner with us, and he helps with our social media with Twitter, Facebook, and email lists, and kind of just got us more active talking to people, because that's kind of how it is now. You're in the days where you can't be the obscure artist. You have to relate to people, you have to talk to people, and keep a constant conversation and content. Like they always say, content is king, you know. So we're always trying to update videos, tour videos, and just let people know what's going on, because that's how you stay relevant, you know.
Absolutely. And I know you guys said you're doing this without a label,
right?
And it's always nice to have somebody that can, you know, write a check and foot the bill. But
exactly.
What are some of the advantages of being able to kind of do your own thing and, you know, exist and kind of own your own music?
You make your own decisions, whether they be some smart ones or some dumb ones. You have that freedom to do that, and you don't have to worry about, okay, I have this thought, what is this person gonna think, you know? Other than my band members, like, what is this lawyer, what is this, you know, label guy gonna say? Which I'm not saying we're totally trying to stay independent, but it would just have to be the right fit if we were to, you know, progress and get with a label or a distributor. But I think it's just more freedom, that's all it is, you know?
So unless it's on your terms, then it can really be something that's a win-win. Exactly. You're not in a quick hurry to sign away the ownership or your future profits.
Not at all. I think that's the one thing that we're really just trying to be tight-knit about. And if the right fit comes along, like you said, it would be good. But we're trying to build the clout. We're trying to get our name out there, you know. And that's what this tour is for. It's a huge opportunity.
Well, I know a lot of these young bands, they think it's all just a big party and, you know, girls and drugs and booze or whatever, but obviously to make it or stand out these days, you got to pace yourself, you got to stay healthy, you got to feed your mind and learn about the business, so you're not just doing this, you know, for a party. You're actually trying to make a living out of doing what you love to do.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers really why it's important to, you know, feed your mind and, you know, study about the business. Find some mentors that can kind of show you what's real.
It's really, really important, because there's people that's been in the game that's longer than you, and you don't know it all, so you have to ask for help. And when that time comes, if you don't have anyone to call, you're pretty much screwed over. So you have to really just kind of keep reading. Like I read Hypebot pretty much like 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm like trying to figure things out. And a lot of it doesn't make sense, but I try to figure it out because I want to stay in tune with what's going on, you know? So it's definitely important to have somebody on your team who knows more than you. They say do what you're good at and allow other people to help you with what you're not good at, you know? So
it really takes a team to be a successful act out there. And these days it seems like everything's kind of spread out. You got CDs or music downloads, but there's all these other areas that you can eventually, you know, endorsements and you know, obviously the merch and hitting the road. So what is the what's the goal you guys try and do when you perform? Obviously you want to bring the songs to life, but is there any kind of collective goal you guys want to achieve either in your live shows or on a tour like this?
The organic sound. A lot of bands they end up playing with like a lot of enhancing tracks and stuff. So we want to give that huge sound as if tracks are there without the tracks, and just people will be like, there's something about this sound that's different, it's huge. And then there's the energy, bam, in your face, and also the connection to each and every fan out there, where they want to come back to your merch tent to meet you. You know, that's the main thing. Just those two things.
Okay, great. And what advice would you give to a young band or musician or songwriter, or somebody coming up today that is really looking kind of naively at this business? What do they need to concentrate on to, you know, to really survive or even have a fighting chance to stand out and have their own, you know, style or sound?
That's a really good thing. There's several of them. One would be to make sure you're really tight live, because you never know who's going to see you. Kevin saw us when we played a showcase back in September, and that's how we got on the tour. So if you're really tight live and you have your stuff together, somebody's going to see you, you know, and it's a matter of time. And I believe in the whole paying your dues thing, but if you're smart about things, you don't have to be grinding out for 5 to 10 years before people know about you. So get your live sound tight, get somebody who knows more than you, somebody on your team, somebody who believes in you, and make sure they're smart enough to handle things that you can't handle. And don't be so controlling. Like, allow people to come and help you, because if you're trying to control everything you want to do, a lot of times you'll mess up and you won't have your best interest, you know. So there's other people out there to help, so definitely rely on those people and see, you know, there's integrity. So see if they're really trying to help you or if they're in it for the money down the road. But those are I guess the two main things. Hey, it's Perry Kitt, lead singer of the Silver Comet. Don't go to the labels, let the labels come to you. You got the power, indie power.